Hi, my name is Christina Farley, and this week on the YARebels, we're doing a bookshelf tour.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
So I've collected a bunch of my books. A lot of my books are all around the house, and we have two of our rooms in our house are under construction. So I've had to kind of dig through all that and find some of my favorite books. Also, a lot of my books, when I moved from Korea, I had to get rid of. But today I'm going to focus on books that I haven't talked to you about yet on the YARebels. First of all, these are the books that my grandmother gave me, and they're kind of like treasures to me because these were her books when she was little. These were written in the 1800s. I think this book here is 1824 copyright. So they're very old books, and they're kind of treasures for me. Actually, this is an author I really love, is Stephen Lawhead, and he has the same kind of tone as C.S. Lewis and J.R. Tolkien. So if you like those two authors, you're going to love Lawhead. I highly recommend him. It's more of adult than YA, but some of his books do have kind of a YA feel to them. But he does a lot of fantasy, and this book is kind of a portal book, and it's set in England, and there's a portal that takes the characters to a fantasy world. I love this book, and this book is a big inspiration to me in my fantasy writing. Another book I really enjoyed was Jane by April Linder, and I love the classics, and this is a retelling of Jane Eyre, and the author does a fantastic job of it, and it's a modern day. The next book I really enjoy is Shadow and Bone. This just came out recently. This is an epic fantasy, and it takes the characters through this really amazing world. There's a beautiful map in the front of it, and I really love the adventure and the magic that was in this book. A lot of these are fantasy, actually. I love fantasy. This is Under the Never Sky, and I like this book because it's a dome book, but it takes you outside of the dome, and it shows you a whole new world, a wild world that has kind of fallen apart, but some people have survived, and the people that have survived, a lot of them have like magical kind of powers, and this kind of deals with a lot of that and takes the characters to, pushes them beyond their means. Great book. I love Anne and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins because I love stories set overseas. And this is a great story set in Paris, and I love Paris. I love everything about Paris, so I can't help but really enjoy this book. So if you like a story set in an unusual location, I highly recommend this. And once again, going back to the classics, hello, I love Jane Austen. Anything about Jane Austen is just amazing. This is actually not YA, but if you like YA, you're going to love Shannon Hale's books. And this one is taking the world of Jane Austen, and it's called Austen Land, and the characters are kind of reacting. It's kind of like a reliving of life in Jane Austen, and they actually dress up as Jane Austen. They live in this Jane Austen world, and the houses and everything, and the main character starts to fall in love with who's supposed to be Darcy, and it's just kind of a play on that, and I've heard there's going to be a movie about this too soon, so I cannot wait till that movie comes out. And there's a sequel, and it's called Midnight in Austen Land. I highly recommend both of them. I couldn't put them down. They're amazing, and yeah, who wouldn't love those? There are also online bookshelves. You can use the iBooks, which is an Apple app if you have an Apple computer, or you can do Goodreads. This is my profile page, and that has all the latest books coming out and books that are already out. Maybe you might do Shelfari. That's another online community for books. This is through Amazon. So there's a lot of options you can also do for books, not besides just having your bookshelves here at the house. So there's a little quick blurb on my bookshelf, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye!